Here's the camera. Here's the timer. And there's my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Random Dive with Albert, the show with no direction and low expectations. This is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. As if you know me, you know that I love YouTube, and I can spend hours on YouTube. So I figured, why not? Why not try new things? I feel like quarantine these days has sparked my interest in so many new fields. But here today on Random Dive, I have a very special guest. I have the beautiful, the talented, the intelligent Natasha.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be on this segment for tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. So, how awkward is this? Like, how uncomfortable are you? Because this is, for me personally, I'm a little uncomfortable.
Well, being as your first guest, it does put a little pressure, on my plate.
You're my first.
But yeah, so I have to set the bar high, I guess.
Yeah. But it's like, it's hard not to try to put like your presentation face on.
Right, yeah.
I think because Nati and I, we had a few practice runs, and I definitely I acted as if I was presenting in front of class.
Right, yeah.
And I was so nervous, and there was so much pressure. But then I feel like now relax a little bit, and then
right.
It's honestly we're just having a conversation.
Yeah, just ignore the cameras.
We just happen to be recording
the strobe light and everything,
right.
And the microphones.
There happen to be like some professional setup in the studio, but like I said, low expectations. Like, I don't feel like anyone's gonna listen to this, and that's okay because that makes me more comfortable.
Right,
low expectations.
Like who cares what I say then? Yeah, I won't be judged.
Yeah. I have no agenda whatsoever for this podcast. I chose Random Dive just because, I have so many interests.
Multiple, like various.
Yeah. And I feel like as soon as I get into something, I'll dive into it like head first. I'll give it like 100%. For example, with cameras, like a few years ago, you saw me, like I got my digital camera, I got a DSLR, then I got a film camera, Polaroid, a 120 film, and like I spent so much time like learning about it.
Right, I've seen like your collection grow. Within the past couple years.
That's just me. I think like a personality trait because I like to collect things.
Yeah, your shoes.
So yeah, shoes, vinyl records, books. What else? Is there? Obviously with the cameras,
Lego sets, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, everyone listening, I really got into Lego during quarantine, during like the last few months. But there's Lego sets for adults, for people. So like for those people who like want to.
They look very complex. Okay, guys, I wouldn't be able to even do half of one.
I think like the biggest one was like 2,000 pieces. But even then, it's fine. I feel like I'm a grown ass kid too. So some of these Lego sets, like I have like a Harley Davidson, I have a Mustang. But then some of them are like things that I like. So it's like space, So I have the Falcon, the Saturn V rocket. I have the International Space Station, the Lunar Lander. And I love Star Wars. So, of course, I had
why not?
the Millennium Falcon. But, you've been so nice to like not talk shit, And,
it's fine. Like, I don't think it's nerdy. Like, everyone has their own hobbies.
I think it's super geeky. I think it's super geeky. It's super childish. But then again, what else am I gonna do, right? Like, it's a nice way to kill some time. I'm getting used to this whole podcasting, right? Obviously, it's Random Dive with Albert, so I have to be the host. So I think my plan for this podcast is, have guests on, have like real conversations, but at the same time, I want to touch upon like their expertise.
Right.
Of course, I have to do my research, so. I had an idea, like, for example, if you came on in the future again, we could talk about, like, nursing.
Right, yeah.
Right? Because obviously you're in a nursing program, you're super smart, you're almost done.
Almost done, yeah. I'll be done by the end of the year.
Yeah. So then we can like have a whole episode about, nursing or something like that.
Yeah, what's it about, like, for any people that want to get into a program like that, like... how much time commitment, how difficult it is, all that jazz.
All that jazz, But yeah, I mean, if you're watching this or listening to this right now and you're not bored yet, thank you. Props for not closing.
Thank you for
this
still listening.
exiting. Thank you for still listening. Yeah, because like I said, no direction, but low expectations. I'm just doing this for fun.
I love that saying.
Yeah. So, we'll be right back.
Commercial.
This ad is brought to you by my dad. Thank you for motivating me to try new things, to be a better version of myself, and to try to be half the man that you were. Thank you for reminding me every day that the best thing you can do is bring a little bit of joy to someone in your life. Thank you, Dad. I love you, I miss you, and I will see you soon. Back on the random dive with Albert. Natalia and I were just talking over the break about how uncomfortable this can be.
Just a little bit, yeah.
I mean, but that's the beautiful thing, right? Like trying new things. You're gonna be uncomfortable. Obviously, you're uncomfortable because you've never been in that situation,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these days, I think I'm at a point now where I could care less what people think. Mm-hmm. But it's weird because I'm not on social media that much.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a very private guy. Like I think privacy is like a luxury that people should appreciate and take advantage of.
Definitely.
But I get it. Like if you want to share stuff and do all that thing, that's nice if that's your thing. But now being on like the opposite side of that, where like I'm recording myself, I'm posting a podcast, I'm posting a video on YouTube. Like I'm really putting myself out there.
Do like a 360 right there.
Yeah, it's a big change. But like obviously I'm nervous. I'm a little scared. But then again, like, what's the worst that can happen?
Right. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Why not? Why not try new things? What about you? Like during quarantine, what kind of things have you tried?
During quarantine, I actually wish I would have done more, to be honest. Well, I used to at school to keep me busy the majority of the time. Since like with my like school schedule, like we don't get official like breaks. It's a continuous semester. I picked up on a lot of TikTok.
Hey,
so I did some
TikTok.
Cooking, starting off with that whipped like coffee recipe thing.
Oh yeah. You're a barista now.
I'm not a barista.
Yeah, you have your own
he got
cafe.
me an espresso for Christmas. But speaking of, I picked up some new Nespresso pods, some Starbucks ones, and I made one and it came out so good.
I think the coffee that you make is by far the best tasting coffee I've ever had.
The coffee that I make?
Yeah. It's so good. But I mean, I was never a coffee drinker.
You weren't?
No, for the longest time. Like I was always against coffee just because it would give me like anxiety, give me like so many jitters.
Yeah.
Up until we started working out in the morning.
Right, yeah.
So the best thing in my opinion is you work out in the morning, then right after you have a coffee.
Coffee to suppress that hunger.
Suppresses your hunger, and then you can go all day without eating. It's not the healthiest. But then again, like that dinner that you're going to have that day.
It's going to hit.
It's going to hit.
And then put you in a food coma sometimes, which is kind of bad. But
I know, right? Because I've complained so many times now how like my stomach is always hurting after a meal.
Yeah, you'll complain like, "Oh, my head hurts, my stomach hurts," and I'd be like, "Did you have a meal yet?" And you're like, "No."
I'm just
be
doing
like 6 p.m.
Yeah. Thankfully, I haven't been to the doctor in like 6 years now. You think I'm kidding, but no, really, it's been 6 years.
Was it like high school, like a physical or something? The last time you were there?
I'll tell you when. It was freshman year of college, January. So it was January 2016.
We were freshmen 6 years ago?
Yeah, I know, that's crazy, right?
Oh my God.
I feel so old. But then again, we're only 25. True. We're only getting better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like fine wine, Fine. You only get better with age, So, yeah, because I don't like thinking of myself as getting old. I like to think of myself as getting better.
Getting smarter.
Smarter. More... gaining expertise in my field.
Yeah. I like that, yeah.
It's a little cocky, but I feel like you have to be sometimes. No, but yeah, I haven't been to the doctor in 6 years. Sometimes they call me just to see how I'm doing.
Like, yo, it's time.
Hey, it's time for your check. And I'll be like, nah, maybe next year.
Yeah.
Because I'm shy.
And the thing is that you finally got insurance like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, finally. But I'm like,
adult.
Put it to use.
I mean, to be fair, though, I did go to the dentist. I did go to the optometrist. I just don't want to go to the doctor because I don't want them to tell me something that's wrong. You know, I don't want to hear
True.
bad news.
But it's like a preventative measure, you know? That's
True.
You know,
I mean, I should.
health prevention,
I
health
see
promotion.
the reasoning behind it, but personally, I'd rather just put it off a few more months. And speaking of, you know, the whole medical field thing, have you gotten your vaccine?
COVID-19, the Rona?
Yeah, the
vaccine.
Ronas.
I did. I got my second dose. February.
Wow, how do you feel?
Right now I feel fine.
Do you have superpowers? Super strength?
No superpowers. No.
How about autism? Do you have autism now?
I hope not.
I guess I wouldn't be able to tell because I have autism too, so we just cancel each other out.
Yeah, after my second dose, I actually got like a headache, but that was about it.
A headache.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm scared about.
A headache.
No, well, you know, I always get, every time I get headaches.
So you should be used to them. It shouldn't be a big deal then.
No, I mean, I'm afraid of like getting like the crazy side effects because you read of like people. I mean, I've read about people passing away after receiving either the first or second dose. Obviously, those are extreme cases.
Very extreme, yeah.
But I think the most common side effects are headache, a little bit of aching.
Yeah, body
ache.
fatigue, slight fever.
It's just like the flu shot. But then again, I haven't gotten the flu shot in 6 years. So I wouldn't know.
Oh my
I'm just
goodness.
building like natural antibodies at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just putting myself out there. And I'm
Herd
hoping for the
immunity.
best. Yeah.
My brother, though, on the other side, he felt more of the side effects. But then again, I feel like men can be like babies sometimes when it comes to like, you know, getting sick
What do you
in
call
general.
that?
Yeah.
The male cold, the men cold? A man cold.
A man cold?
Yeah, have you heard,
I have
about
not.
that? Yeah,
No.
when they say someone has a man cold, obviously it's because men are just like so sensitive to that. Like,
Yeah.
they overreact. We
So
overreact.
he like didn't leave his room like the whole day versus
Yeah.
me like, and then like I had like a headache. I popped
Right.
some like Advil and then I
Vicodin?
was fine and then
Nice.
run along my day. That
Pop
was
some
fine.
Xanax
Yeah.
and you're good for the day.
and some Xanax.
Yeah. Me, if I get like a runny nose, I'll call off work for a week. I won't go to school, you know. I'll treat myself to a nice little vacation.
Oh,
But
my goodness.
yeah. So before we continue on with this conversation, this ad is brought to you by my mom. Thank you very much for the unconditional love and support throughout all the years. You are honestly the strongest person I know, and you motivate me every day to get out of bed and keep fighting, you know? I love you very much, mi madre. I know I'm your favorite. I just won't tell Jenny or Michelle. Love you. I mean, she loves me.
Yeah, because you're the only male too.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I know.
You're like the middle child. Like,
Right. Welcome back, everyone.
I mean, not the
to-
middle.
I'm the youngest.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome back, everyone, to Random Dive, the show with no direction and low expectations. If you are still listening, my God, why are you still here?
Go do something with your
do
life.
something with your life. I mean, I get it. Thank you for the support. But at the same time, I'm sure I'm not that interesting. I'm not. I don't think I'm that interesting, am I?
I think you're very interesting.
Really? Thank you. I think you're very
I
interesting.
think you're very intelligent,
Wow.
very handsome.
Welcome to
Okay, go
Flirting
ahead.
101 with Natalia and Albert. I mean, right now we're currently in the studio. We're playing a movie called The
The
Death.
last blockbuster standing.
Oh, wow. I thought it was The Death of Blockbuster. I got really dark very quick. Yeah.
Death.
So the
There's
last,
still one standing, so not the death
yeah,
yet.
so the last Blockbuster stand. Do you remember? I mean, man, as a kid, that was the best feeling. Because here in this town, I remember specifically where it was. Right now, it's been replaced by, I think, an O'Reilly's. But
Dollar General.
Dollar General? No, that was Family Video.
Oh,
Blockbuster used to be on the other side of town. And now there's O'Reilly's. But I remember going there as a kid, picking out like the movie, you know, getting a bunch of snacks and stuff, and like just spending all Friday night just watching movies, you know. But I mean, do you remember anything like that?
that was always the best. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember, like my dad would take us, my brother and I, and we would always get like the VHS ones. Versus like the DVD ones, just because like the VHS, like they had the whole, at least like to the video store that was in my town. It wasn't a Blockbuster because we didn't have one, They had like a whole room designated for like the children's section.
And
So and the
adult
VHSs,
section.
those
Yeah.
were like way cheaper. So
Did you sneak into the adult section?
no, it was like it had
Don't
like a
lie.
curtain. And like there'd be a person by there before you'd be able
bodyguard?
to go in. But I was always so curious. You know, being little, I didn't know like what that room was about or whatever.
Right.
But I would just see like people go in and out and like in and out, and then
Creeps on
Yeah.
a Friday night. That's so scary. Out in public, like no, but that was before like the internet and stuff. I mean, what was
We're
it,
not
like
that
early
old.
early 2000s. So I mean, this was probably like before all those dirty websites, you know. So like creeps still had to like
oh
go and get their
yeah,
fix.
they actually had to pay
at
for it back
Blockbuster.
then.
How
Well,
awkward-
actually, people pay for it.
Can you
too,
imagine how
nowadays.
awkward that would be? Like you're checking out at the register,
Yeah.
and like say there's teenager is like the cashier, and here you are like a grown ass person. I can't even. Thank gosh for the internet. This ad is brought to you by Simba, because a man wouldn't be anything without his best friend by his side. Thank you for making every day a little bit more tolerable with that big furry face of yours. I love you, Choncho.
I remember those
everything's
days
so
though. It
easy.
was always
Yeah.
the best going there, and then I would always get so many
Yeah.
that like I wouldn't even watch all of them. I'd watch like one, and then
Yeah.
I have to return them all, and then I'll get like a whole nother batch, and
Yeah.
again only watch one.
I would end up keeping them.
Keeping them, not
Yeah.
returning
Sometimes I would keep them and just return the box.
them. They wouldn't find you.
There's no way how, right? I mean, I don't think they knew how.
Oh,
I tried doing the same thing later when I was in high school.
Yeah.
With family video. I mean, obviously at that point it was DVDs, but especially with video games, I would try to return like a different disc, like an old
oh
disc.
yeah.
And then sometimes they'd call me and they'd be like, "Hey, sir, like you got the wrong disc, blah blah blah." So I'd have to return it.
Right.
But I racked up a fee. I racked up like $100 in like late fees, but I never paid.
Yeah.
They went
It's
bankrupt.
closed down
Yeah,
now,
I'm
so-
like, fuck that. It's gone now. So.
That's why I went out of business.
Because people like me.
They needed your $100 back. Yeah, but now you have
Exactly, yeah.
Netflix, you have Redbox. I feel like Redbox is kind of like the Blockbuster 2.0 in a way, because you know you're still
Yeah.
getting a physical copy
Right.
of that DVD.
I think DVDs at this point, like they're so close to just being like obsolete.
right?
Like everything's on, streaming services. now.
Yeah.
But it's so annoying because now I'm paying for like 6-7 streaming services as opposed to I should just buy cable at that point, Like it adds up to, I mean, I don't
It
know.
does,
I think
yeah.
per month I pay about like $30 or something.
I'm just like streaming.
I've never
Like,
paid
yeah.
for cable either, so I wouldn't know how much
Yeah.
cable is. But I mean, it gets pretty pricey. But what I like about it, especially shout out HBO Max, what I like about HBO Max is like all the movies they release in theater now go straight to HBO
Right.
Max.
Similar with Disney Plus. Well, you need Disney Premium or
The Premier Access.
Premier
thing, that's
Access,
so annoying.
yeah.
Like, how are you going to make me pay
an
on top of what
additional-
I'm already paying? Like, no, that's the reason
They
why
just
I'm
wanna
paying
make
for
money,
this.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that took like what 3-4 takes. My God, that was. I mean, that's. I like my ads though.
Yeah.
I think every week I'm going to shout people out, but yeah, we're gonna end today's segment with talking about our plans post COVID. I mean, personally, I can't wait to travel. I mean, I think we can travel already, and I think we're close to doing that. I mean,
Yeah, it's like getting to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
point
yeah.
where like everyone's more comfortable to like
Right.
leave like
Right,
the
right,
state
right.
at least.
So
you know?
I wouldn't mind going on vacation, say like end of this month, beginning of next month. It's just a matter of planning. But like, correct me if I'm wrong. There's countries that still don't allow people in, right? Especially Americans, because
Yeah,
we're just
yeah.
so,
I feel like that's like a European thing. I feel like maybe
Okay.
over there they're still a little bit more strict on letting
right.
certain people inside the country.
I'm not downplaying the severity of last year, but at the same time, compared to like the last pandemic of what 1919, 1920, that one lasted how long?
I
Like
don't
the
know.
Spanish flu, it lasted like what, like 4 or 5? I don't even know. Like much more
Longer,
than,
yeah.
way longer than a year. So I mean, I'm over here complaining about a year, but then again, it's been worse in the past, right? But
True,
then again, they
yeah.
haven't had the advances in science.
Yeah, and
that
they
we
had no
have
internet either.
today.
So.
Hey, right? No internet to pass the time. No people with the ability to make podcasts.
So they couldn't even enjoy their quarantine.
They couldn't like make a YouTube channel and all
right.
that. No, but yeah, I mean, hopefully it starts dying down a little bit. Hopefully everything seems to be getting in control. I mean,
Brandon,
so
with
far,
the vaccines, I feel like
It's
the
getting
that's
better.
gonna help out a lot too.
right?
so.
I think. I mean, they just announced that every adult in the United States should be eligible for a vaccine by mid-April, you know, and that's insane. Like the pace that they're going at,
right?
Like they should be.
It's like a drive-through, like in and out, in and out. They're just.
But then again, I don't feel like I don't trust
people
like, because those aren't nurses, right? The ones administering the vaccine, they're just random folks, like volunteers.
Well, not completely random. They have training.
Yeah.
It just depends where you go. Like where my brother, he's in the National Guard and he's helping out with the vaccinations. So there they have like nurses and like medical assistants and like some other like medical helpers helping out with the vaccines.
Dog walkers?
No, not dog walkers. But yeah, it just depends where you go. But they do have some training.
It looks so sketchy though. I'm not gonna lie. Some of those
the ones where you stay in your car, those look a little
dude, let me just drive up, poke me with the stick. What if they're sharing the needle? You know? Like, what if they're not even throwing away the needle?
To save needles.
Like we don't know that.
True.
I mean, but then again, I'm just, you know, making shit up.
This is America, so
yeah, we can do whatever we want. Don't get the vaccine. I don't care. I won't get it for like another 2 years, so we're on the same boat.
You won't even need it by then anymore.
I know. Herd immunity, natural antibodies. Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, I mean, once I'm eligible, I'm already am. It's
because you're a healthcare worker. So if anything, you should have been one of the first ones to get it.
But then I've been like slacking off on registering.
Yeah, because a lot of sites are like
sold out.
Not sold out.
Yeah,
like at capacity, I guess, or to
Right. And I, honestly, I don't mind waiting because obviously I'm a little bit more skeptical because I'm afraid of like the long-term effects.
True.
But that is a topic for a different day. That's a very loaded subject, and we can peel that like another day. But yeah, I just can't wait to travel.
Me too.
I'm so excited.
Summer warm.
Yeah, and just like low key, I kind of prefer the mask, especially during the gym. Just because it covers your face, and like you don't have to worry about making stupid faces at the gym.
Right.
And then you feel so incognito, like. Your social anxiety just decreases by wearing a mask.
Yeah, like today when I worked out, like, so now I guess at the gym, you have the option again, because before it was mask on the whole time, even when you're exercising.
Mask off.
So now it's you can remove it when you're actively exercising.
Yeah.
So I tried doing that, and I was like catching myself, like, making
those
like
weird
these awkward,
faces.
especially when I was out of breath. So then I just placed it back on, which made it even harder, and then I had to take a break But it does make it hard to breathe sometimes with the mask, especially if you're doing cardio.
Right. I just want to get drunk and go to brunch.
Yeah.
You know, we did that a few weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago. Oh my God. I had like one mimosa and
it was like the longest day ever.
I was already stumbling after one drink.
It was a good time though.
I gotta train more. I gotta get my tolerance up again.
Shout out everyone that went.
Yeah, thank you everyone that went. It was so much fun. So much fun. I have tons of pictures. So thank you, everyone. If you're still listening, you made it to the end of our segment. Congratulations. You made it this far, so please do not exit out just yet. So what I'm going to try to do is post every podcast and every YouTube video every Saturday. I'm going to try to do my best to upload it weekly. I'm aiming for every Saturday, But you can listen to Random Dive on Spotify, Apple, or anywhere else streaming is available. Please subscribe to The Random Dive on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, at The Random Dive with Albert. And I look forward to continuing this little venture in my life with you guys. And if you guys have any suggestions, any questions, feel free to DM me.
Oh yeah, that's a good
text
idea.
me, because the people that are probably watching this are probably just my
if
friends.
you want to be on the show,
Mom, if you're watching this, just call me. Honestly, but yeah, I look forward to this. It's been a lot of fun. I want to thank you, Nati, for coming, taking the time out of your day for coming. I know you're very busy. You have to study a lot. So yeah, let's go make out now.
Bye. Let's go.